Hello all and welcome to our crochet. My name is Mary and today I am doing vlog number 5. Yay! Guys, it has been a very busy week. If you're my regulars, you will understand that. Yours truly has put 3 different tutorials up this week. One was our crochet along, our granny square blanket crochet along. If you are new to the channel, firstly welcome. And also if you would like to start that blanket, go ahead and start anytime. I will be putting the links to each step in every tutorial I pop up. So you will see the steps, get to the step that you're at and then go back and click on the other link. No problems there. Now, for our newbies, what can I say to our newbies? The first few tutorials you would have seen come up on my channel, even though they were the last few tutorials, was this guy. Huge granny square crochet along blanket. Well, it's not really a blanket, okay? It started off that we were doing our blanket, and our blanket is 8 squares of one colour, and we are going to do 6 rows. So 8 squares of the melon, 8 squares of the grey, the beige, whatever colours you chose. Okay. Now yours truly has crocheted this week. We have crocheted the grey to the melon, and how gorgeous does that stitch look? I just can't stop bragging about the stitch. It's not my stitch, guys, by the way. It's a stitch that I learned about a year ago, but I never did it, and I don't even know where I got it from, but there you have it. So I went away and did quite a few weeks practice and thought I didn't really like it, so I played with it and played with it and played with it, and now I'm happy. Can't you tell? Okay, so this is where we're up to with the crochet along. The next colour we'll be attaching to our grey, or I will, I'm not sure what colours you're using, but you can show me at the end, that'll be great, will be our beige. Alright, so I'm doing melon, grey and beige, and they're already washed and blocked and ready. If you're not sure what washing and blocking is, description box down below. Your next colour to wash and block will be the, can you believe this? Guys, I just have to say one thing. Every time I do a vlog, it's always quiet. It takes me half an hour to set everything up with stands and chairs and get all my gear ready. And the minute I sit down and turn the recording on, everything happens. Helicopters and planes and children and cars and doors. Now, let's get back to what I was talking about. Your melon, your grey, your beige. You should be washing and blocking your blue while we're crocheting your beige, or whatever colour you use, brown, beige, whatever. While you're crocheting that together, you should have washed and blocked, or let that sit on a blocking board. If you don't have a blocking board, just just wash it. I don't even know what "wand" means. Just wash and pin it down to a towel, or some people put it on mattresses if you've got a spare mattress lying around, which I don't think many people do, but however, there you go. Wash and block that while we have crocheted along that onto that, and wash and block that. You still need to I think I've got the wrong colour out there. You still need to crochet your next colour. Okay, so there you have it. We're washing and blocking, no, we're washing and blocking that one. We're crocheting that one together this week. And I don't know where my other colour, I think it's purple. I can't remember now. I didn't bring it out with me. I'm too scared to leave in case more noise comes out. So there you have it. Wash and start crocheting your very next square. That is our crochet along. Now, because we struggled with our crochet along, we did this one here, okay? Now this one is obviously double the size of those squares. I mean huge, 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 okay? It's a very thick blanket, and we have the, what's it called? The new blankets called weighted blankets. So what they do is they give like a calming effect, and we're heading into, we're early autumn and we're heading into mid-autumn to winter soon. So, you know, it's great for us here in Australia to have that on our bodies after work and give us 5 minutes of it just sitting on us, and it gives us a calming effect. So they say. Science, you know, what can I do? I'm just following what they say. Let's hope it's true. Because I could do with some calming, let me tell you, after all this noise. The only noise I'm appreciating right now is those gorgeous birds to the left of me. And I think they look like budgies, but they're not. They're gorgeous. If I can get a shot of them, I will, but they're hiding in the trees, but they are gorgeous, okay? Now, sorry, I changed the subject there, didn't I? I do apologise. Now, the other thing we are talking about, okay, all right. There is a granny circle, or a granny mandala that I've crocheted, mandala, whatever country you come from. It makes me nervous because I crocheted it and it was designed not to enlarge. However, everybody's asking me, how do I make it bigger? How do I make it bigger? Blah, blah, blah. Well, this is the small size. The next size up is that one there. It was about a few centimetres off, right? I said that it couldn't be enlarged, so I spent quite a few hours one evening trying to enlarge it. The original looks like that. Gorgeous, huh? And it's a little bag that I've made. I don't know if it's upside down or the right way. Oh, there it is. The little bag I made. That actual tutorial's coming up in 2 tutorials time, because your very next tutorial will be, are you ready? I'm saying this like, you know, it's like it's a, you know, you want a new car, that kind of thing. Because yours truly has worked out how to enlarge it as best I can, and there you have part of it. Still got the ends attached to it, I do apologise. However, the last 2 rows did flare up a little bit. So over the next 2 days, I'm going to work on those last 2 rows, and by then, in 3 days time, I'll be able to upload these 2 tutorials. It'll be a 2-part series, or maybe even 3, depending. That first piece you saw, that will be your first part, because it's different than the other one, because the other one was created to end short. So we've put in extra stitches in the middle to end it smaller. So it's almost the same, but I've just adjusted the stitches to suit this size that everybody keeps asking me for. Now, this is not the actual size. It can grow further and further, okay? The only thing is, we have those last 4 rows that we don't put on, and those 3 rows there, the purple, pink and white, just in these colours for now. You can repeat those 3 rows over and over again, but there's an increase in the middle somewhere, which I'll explain to you when the tutorial comes up. And then you have the last 4 rows, which closes up the blanket so it makes it rounder, okay? Because the other shape will have like a little bit of a little edge thing happening. Now, some of my regulars were saying that they struggled and that it was wobbly, and mine wasn't wobbly until I added the last 2 rows. So I'm going to work on those stitches and get back to you in about 2 days time. I've already recorded this one, so I will actually upload this one in a couple of days. That'll be our very next tutorial after this vlog. And then 2 days after that, I will upload the enlarged one. Or, what are we on for our blanket? When do we last put the blanket up? Doesn't matter. Either the blanket will go up or this will go up. One or the other will go up first, but then the other will go up directly afterwards, okay? I've been working very hard. Anyway, that's that. That's been like, it was a struggle, you know, but I had to do it because I promised I would do it, and I've done it. It's there. I'm going to fix those last 2 rows and it'll be up in a couple of days. Now, couple of things I wanted to talk about. Yarn. Ooh, very exciting, very exciting. Yours truly has done 2 things this week, okay? I went to a craft store that I go to where I have a cup of coffee and I sit down and I crochet here in Melbourne. I don't know if it's called Kilo or Kilo. Well, just type in Unwind Cafe in your search menu and you'll find it. So, on Google, by the way. And I bought this yarn, Fiddlesticks. Now, for those of you who do know, the squares to that really thick blanket is also Fiddlesticks. However, for some reason, this Fiddlesticks is simply gorgeous. And I had to have it, okay? I didn't have to, but I did. As you do it, right? I bought 6 of them. I went out to do some shopping and, you know, bought some groceries, came back. One was missing. My heart was broken. Because 6 of them would have been enough for a small blanket for a bassinet maybe, for a baby. Or it would have been enough for even a cotton blanket or something that you can carry baby out of the car and into the house on the cold days. And it is soft, 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 and it is also acrylic, 100% acrylic. So I was quite shocked by that, because I usually only ever use for baby 100% wool or 100% cotton, most likely 100% cotton for baby. Okay, usually. There are occasions people say I want a woolen blanket. I'm not going to argue with them. They want a woolen blanket, they get a woolen blanket. However, I don't like to use wool on babies because I think that the allergy risk is a little bit high, so I do tend to encourage cotton. But that's neither here nor there. Somebody wants wool, they get wool. So, this gorgeous yarn, I mean, look at the colours on that. Look at the colours in there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm hoping it's not blurring for you, but I can't wait to make something. Now, I've only got 5. They're 100 grams each. I think they're 100 grams. I don't even know. Pretty sure they are. They're 100 grams each. So 500 grams is not enough for a bassinet blanket. I usually use 600 grams for a bassinet blanket. And for those of you who don't know this, I work in grams. I don't work in meters, I work in grams. I've always worked in grams. It's a little bit unorthodox, I know, but it's the only way I know how. So when people say, how many meters did you use? Well, I couldn't tell you because I work in grams. So what I might start doing as from now is learning to work on meterage as well as grams, as well as yards, because I believe a lot of my American subscribers work in yards, I'm guessing. If you don't, just leave a little message down there in the comment box and tell me you don't. Otherwise, I'll be working in grams, meters and yards in the near future. So in the meantime, I'm still working on grams, but I'm weaning myself into meters and yards. Weaning. That's a nice word, isn't it? It's like a little baby getting off milk and into solids. Anyway, sorry about that. I got distracted again. There. Now, that's that. Now, the other thing is, oh, I'm still talking about yarn. I forgot all about that. Yours truly. Oh my gosh. I bought some yarn this week. Obviously. Oh, what else is new, Mary? I bought some yarn this week, and it was a little bit expensive, but I just thought I had to try it out because I don't buy yarn I don't touch. That's usually a fact with me. However, this time I thought I bought some yarn from a company called Balmain, and I will actually leave a link to their information in the description box down below, because their service is impeccable, and I mean impeccable. I ordered Thursday afternoon, I got my order Friday afternoon. I know they are local, but they're not really that local. They're here in Melbourne. They're not in Melbourne, they're in Victoria. They're in a place called, I think, Port Arlington, and that's not that close, really, not to us anyway. And I saw on the site the colours of this wool that I liked was stunning, and I thought, could it be my imagination, or could it just be that it looks better on the screen? Well, no. Believe it or not, it looks better even in real life. So I'm telling you now, I bought this gorgeous yarn. It is a sheepish merino soft. Okay, there's this gorgeous lemon color, this kind of gorgeous green. I say kind of because there's a few of them. And look at that. Oh, it's to die for. It's so soft. I'm so excited. There. Beautiful. Huh? Peach. Is there another colour? Yes, there is another colour, which I'm going to flash as well. Another green. Now, yours truly was going to make a granny square blanket, but I don't want to touch the yarn now. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the same thing, yes, and the impeccable service. Firstly, this yarn comes with a little tag, and the tag says easy start, meaning for those of you who are regulars and know that it's best to pull your yarn from the middle, check that out. So easy. That means your tension, let's wait for this aeroplane to pass, shall we? I tell you what, all this noise, we've got hoses going in the background now. Children, aeroplanes. The only noise you can't hear and I'm very excited here, is our new puppy. It's not a puppy, it's a dog. He's 11 years old, his name is Teddy, and I am going to show you him at the end of this vlog because I bragged about him coming and he is finally here. He arrived yesterday afternoon and he has adjusted like that. Like that. A little bit scared, a little bit fearful, but he sleeps. He hasn't annoyed the cat. They've got along super, and I'm very impressed. Anyway, changing the subject now that the plane is gone. It has easy pull. Now, for those of you who want to know why, the newbies who want to know why you would want to pull from the middle and easy pull, this helps with tension. So, you know when you've got your yarn, you wind it up into a ball and you're pulling at it and it's bouncing around everywhere, falls off the table, runs under the fridge, that sort of thing. I don't know if that ever happens. Just, you know. When that happens, the yarn is tugging. You don't feel it, but it's tugging. So your tension is getting tighter when it tugs, and when you pull it and it's loose, it's getting loose. So you've got tight, loose, your tension is all over the place, and you're thinking, why is your tension perfect and mine not? It's not perfect. It's just experience, darlings. It is experience. You pull from the center, and I'm telling you, it is the best for your crochet or knitting. So there you have it, this gorgeous yarn, Merino Soft. Now, their service. Wow. I ordered Thursday afternoon, came Friday afternoon. It didn't just come. It came gorgeously packaged. It had like a little tie-up. It had her tags. It had the lady's card. She had handwritten a note thanking me for choosing their yarns. She had handwritten not 2 lines. It was a good sized note. She had mentioned how I should look forward to any more future service. She had also mentioned that she would love to see what I create with the yarns that I've chosen. So log on to the Facebook page and flash the work that you do. Now, I was so taken by that. It wasn't just that. She'd also popped in a few lollies. Not that I needed lollies. I'm telling you, this does not need lollies. So they ended up in my son's mouth. So that's fine. But she had popped little things in there as well. I'm quite taken back by the service, actually. I'm very, very impressed how fast that order came, how gorgeous this yarn is, and how much effort the lady, I believe her name is Yasmin, has put into delivering that amount of yarn. Okay, she could have been delivering, I don't know, 50 kilos to a big company. No, she was delivering a small pack to me and still managed to put in all that effort. Thank you so much, Yasmin, and thank you, Balmain Yarns. That's all I want to say. I'm not promoting them. This is not a promotion. This is me being thankful. Truly, I'm quite impressed. Now, that's the yarn. Right, we're getting off yarn because yours truly was waiting for a delivery of, are we ready? I did. I took a risk and I ordered ice yarns from Turkey. I love yarn from Turkey. We get the local ones from Turkey and they're nice. But I've heard so much about ice yarns, I had to be a part of it, okay? So I have ordered about 2.4 kilos worth of it. So that's huge. It's going to be massive, right? So I just got a message today saying, your package has gone through customs. I'm very happy. And is now on its way to you. So I thought it was going to be here this afternoon. When I saw that message this morning, I thought, could come tomorrow, could come the next day. So I'm not even going to wait for that. I might even do a separate 5-minute unboxing, if you will, when it does arrive, because I'm really excited about that. But let's get on with what we're on about. Let's get on with what we're about to do over the next few weeks. Someone actually asked me if I could do, what do you call them, hexagon squares, and show them how to join hexagon squares. Well, not squares, they're hexagons. Mary, get it right. Okay, someone asked me how to join hexagons, and I said that I wouldn't mind doing it actually, but I've got like 5 weeks worth of, see, I plan all my tutorials. So I've got 5 weeks worth of tutorials coming up. So those hexagons lovely lady, let's call you Suzanne, I will do, but not for another 5 weeks away. So sorry, they're all planned. I've got them all ready to go. So just bear with me. They'll come. Maybe if I'm fast enough, they'll come a lot sooner. We hope. In the meantime, a few weeks back I mentioned that we were going to do the cravat. Remember the cravat? How I used to keep saying cravat instead of cravat like the Australians do. So that's coming up. You're looking at about a week or 2 weeks away, and we are going to be doing our cravat. I love, love, love. If you're new to the channel, this is my very own cravat. The actual stitch itself is a V-stitch, double crochet V-stitch, not the V-stitch, because the V-stitch is the one where it's, you've got a double crochet, you've got a chain, and you've got a double crochet. So there's a chain in the middle of it. But the double crochet V-stitch is there's no chains. So a lot of people are getting that confused when I talk about the V-stitch. I mean the double crochet V-stitch, okay? So the stitch is not mine, but the actual style of the cravat is mine, and how it's worn is my way of doing it too. Doesn't make any difference really, but there you go. And I think I remember telling someone asked me if I was going to be doing a corner to corner blanket. Not right now. It's on the cards. It is, and the border won't be the same as the corner to corner border that I have. By the way, if you're looking for the corner to corner basic stitch, it's a little square worth, the link to that tutorial will be in the description box down below, and the link to the small border, the basic border, will also be in the description box down below. However, I will in the future do a corner to corner blanket because everybody's asking me, and I'm trying to keep up. So I will be doing a corner to corner blanket. I will be doing the border for that too as well, and it won't just be a basic border, it will be fancy. So fancy, 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 fancy border. Now, getting away from the blanket, I mentioned a few weeks back as well that we are going to be doing this pillow. Yes, I mentioned that we will do, this is a corner, by the way, it's a corner to corner stitch. So we're going to use the corner to corner stitch to do the pillow. It is made, this part, the front part is made in 2 parts, okay? We corner to corner all the way up to here and we stop. Then we corner to corner down to there and we stop. And then we sew them together in there. Now, I did mention that that will be the front of the pillow. I won't be doing this as the back of the pillow. For those of you who can work this out, it's 3D, I know, right? So I won't be doing that because it is tedious. It is long, and maybe in a couple of months' time, or maybe in a year's time even, when we're all professional, we may learn this one. These are actually crocheted in diamonds. I think I mentioned triangle in the last tutorial, or the last video, the last vlog, but it's not. It's made in a diamond shape, and you sew these diamond shapes, little tiny threads together. Long, tedious. And I think I remember throwing it against the wall once when I got frustrated with it. So there you go. Don't worry, I do wash all my stuff before it leaves the house. So there you go. So we will do that as the basic, or the front. The back will be, we haven't decided yet. Let me think about what I'm going to do the back. But when I do, we'll work it out from there. That is all I need to show you guys. I wanted to show you this. You're probably thinking, oh, that's funny. She's got all her blocks in a row except this one. Yours truly, when I was washing and blocking it, I noticed an error. And you know what? Even I can do errors. And let me show you. Have a look at the stitch there. I don't know if you can see it. I forgot to put in a cluster set. Me, Miss Professional. Forgot to put in 1 cluster set. So I was very frustrated, but because it was already wet, I pinned it to the board anyway. And because of my weaving in that I do so well, I won't be able to get that undone. So I'm going to have to cut that last row off and just add another row, or I might just do a whole new square and add it to that and wash and block it tomorrow along with our next 8 squares. So there you have it, lovely people. There are 2 things I want to say now. One is, oh I've lost everything. Oh, can you believe it? Oh, it's all gone. One is the blanket. Don't forget, this week I'll be uploading the next tutorial on your next, adding your next color, which is the lighter one to that. Sorry guys, I'm outside and there's all these little things flying around and everything. So that'll be our very next tutorial. The next tutorial after that one will be this guy. The next tutorial after that one will be, oh, what did I say it was? Will be the bag. Okay, so they may not happen all in a row, but they will be over 2 or 3 days worth between tutorials. However, that round one, your mandala, that will come very quickly because I've prolonged it too much, and I know I've only got 2 more things to fix on the end of that mandala, the edges, and then I'm done. So we're set for that, so I'm almost ready to upload. Now, I'm thinking, because I mentioned in one of my tutorials that we are inheriting an elderly dog. Now this elderly dog's name is Teddy, and he came yesterday afternoon and he has settled gorgeously. Now I'm going to get the camera off the screen and just do 2 seconds so you can see this gorgeous dog. I don't know if he'll run away from me, but he hasn't lately, so let's get it and let's check him out. Alright, here we go. There he is. Hello, Teddy. Hello, Teddy. Come here, Teddy. Come on, darling. I know you're a little bit scared. Come on, darling. Look at you. Aren't you gorgeous? Come, Teddy, come. Come on. Oh, poor little guy. He's so scared. Teddy. Come, darling, come. Come, darling, come. Here we go. Here we go. Good boy. Look at you. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. So there you have it. There's our little 11-year-old Teddy, who's a little bit on the fearful side, but he adjusted quite well. I mean, we bought this pillow yesterday, or blanket yesterday, and he's already happy in it. Come, Teddy, come. Come, Teddy, come. Good boy. Look at you. Hello. Hello, look at you. You're so gorgeous. Yes, you are. And of course, there happens to be a helicopter passing as we speak. Oh, little honey, look at you. And there you have it. And there's our Teddy, who has settled in quite well in less than 24 hours with our one and only Bossy Boots over here. Hi, Pepper. Say hello to the world. Hello, good girl. You're so beautiful too. I'm trying to finish the vlog. I can't because now there's a helicopter. There's children with a ball. There's a guy with a hose. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. You've been watching Wow Crochet. My name is Mary. Don't forget to click like if you like the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so that you can receive further tutorials in your inbox. Sorry, I'm laughing because, you know, it's always quiet. 2 vlogs in a row I've decided to do outside. That's happened. It's like chaos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. For now. That's a classic.